So let's just settle into our meditation posture. And if you're sitting at a desk, have your feet flat on the floor, hands in the meditation mudra, right hand is nestled in the left with the thumbs touching. And imagine your spine is long, putting some space in between those vertebrae. Head is very slightly tipped forward from the top of the neck. Take a nice deep breath. Just keep lengthening. Make sure your shoulders are aligned with your hips. And take your attention to the crown of your head and relax the scalp and the forehead, the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, the jaw, back of the tongue, the ears, back of the head. Relax the neck, the shoulders. Allow your shoulder blades to drop down. Relax your throat, chest, belly, and all of your limbs. Bring the mind to the breath. And just notice the sensation of the air as you're inhaling and exhaling. So the air, you'll probably notice it on the outside of the nostrils. A little bit cooler as you're breathing in, a little bit warmer as you're breathing out. And if there are any sounds in your environment, just allow them to be there. Try not to go and investigate to see what's going on. Just allow them to be there. It's part of your environment, and then bring your mind back to the breath and notice what is going on in your mind. Same kinds of things as yesterday or something different. Are you worried about something? Do you have fear or anger? Love? So just let all those thoughts bubble up to the surface and take a step back from them. Give them some space. Put some space in between those thoughts. You're just an observer, just watching, not reacting, with curiosity. And we can put ourselves on the bank of our river and just watch that river flow on by. And while you're sitting on the bank, you're free from the river. So I just heard His Holiness say that there are 6 or 7 billion people on the planet, and only a relatively small number are even thinking about practicing bodhicitta, compassion. Bodhicitta is this wish to become enlightened for all sentient beings. So the first way to get the pathway into bodhicitta is to start, the first step is starting with thinking about equanimity. So a person with bodhicitta sees everybody as their friend. And apparently that's how, this is when you go to meet His Holiness, you always feel very close to him. For that particular moment, you're his closest, nearest, dearest friend, and you really feel it when you're in his presence. So like that. Well, it's difficult for us because we have friends, we have people we don't like, and there are strangers in our life. And they change place all the time. Not all the time, but they change place, and they have changed place, and they will most likely change place. But what His Holiness is saying is that everybody actually is equal. So a person with bodhicitta sees equally everyone as their friend. And at some level, everyone is equal. Everyone's the same as us in their wish to be happy and their wish to be free from suffering, and in having this incredible capacity for this enlightened mind. So I think we'll do this meditation this evening for all these people of our life. Anybody you can think of. For Venerable Pamo, who passed away I think now maybe it was the 2nd or 3rd of March. And for Lorraine's daughter, who's 26. Mary's dog. And anyone else. You can just put them next to you. And you can imagine when we're doing the visualization, just imagine this kind of light and the nectar just kind of flowing into them through the crown of their head, same as you. So we think there is no negativity that cannot be purified. And this purification process is basically a psychological one. So we create negativity with our mind, so we can equally create positivity with our mind instead. So you think like this: I regret from the depths of my heart having harmed others with my body and my speech. And you can think of specific actions with both your body and your speech, and then just sort of generally regret everything. And the reason to regret is based on this logic of karma, and we experience everything due to our past karma, our past actions. So having harmed others, we ourselves will necessarily experience suffering in the future. And we cannot bear the thought of future suffering that we ourselves will experience. And we know from the present suffering, we don't want that. So logically, it makes sense. We would remove the karmic seeds before they ripen as future suffering for us. So think like this: I regret from the depths of my heart having harmed others with my body and my speech, having broken my vows because I do not want the future suffering. I'm sick of suffering, and also regret the anger, attachment, and the rest that are the cause of why we harm others, and think again, I'm sick of this suffering. And think, okay, so what can I do about it? Whom can I turn to? So here we come to the power of reliance. So we rely upon, we turn to the Buddha, the doctor, who has the methods that we can use to purify. So we're not looking for a higher power to come and fix everything, or someone that we're going to ask to forgive us. We don't need that. We're needing the methods. So Vajrasattva, you can imagine above the crown of your head, and he's also, you can imagine this is your teacher manifesting in this form for your benefit. And he's made of blissful, radiant white light, sitting cross-legged on a white lotus and a moon cushion. He has a beautiful, radiant face. His eyes are long and peaceful and full of love and compassion for you and all those people of your life. He has a sweet red mouth. His hair is black and held up in a top knot. His arms are crossed at his heart. The left is underneath the right. The left is holding a bell representing wisdom. The right is holding a vajra, which represents the indestructibility of compassion. And their being crossed represents a union of these two, and this symbolizes enlightenment, the development of infinite wisdom and infinite compassion. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. So just a little bit on compassion, as we've been doing. In order to develop compassion, we need to rely upon other beings. So this is also a part of reliance. The beings we've harmed and those who have harmed us, by developing compassion for them, particularly those who have harmed you. Because of the harm they've caused you, they will experience suffering in the future. So make a strong aspiration to do this practice of purification for the sake of all these sentient beings, and think I must purify for their sake. So now we come to the power of the remedy, and this is the medicine, doing the practice of purification. So we start with the body, and Vajrasattva very compassionately sends powerful white nectar, like coming out of a hose, quite forcefully from his heart, and it arcs around and enters your crown and pours into your entire body, filling you completely. And it keeps pouring into you until it forces out of all of your lower orifices all the harm you have ever done to any living being with your body in the form of inky liquid. And this pours out of you and disappears into space, not one atom left, as you recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Mebalwa Sutokaya Mebalwa Supokaya Mebalwa Anarakta Mebalwa Sawasidi Mempiyata Sawa Kama Sutta Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahom Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Mebalwa Sutokaya Mebalwa Supokaya Mebalwa Anarakta me boa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya sata aham pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida me boa sutokaya me boa sipokaya me boa Anarakta me boa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya satra aham pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida me boa sutokaya me boa sipokaya me boa Anarakta me boa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya satra aham pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida me boa sutokaya me boa sipokaya me boa Anarakta me boa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya satra aham pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida me boa sutokaya me boa sipokaya me boa Anarakta me boa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya satra aham pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida me boa sutokaya me boa sipokaya me boa Anarakta me boa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya satra aham pe. So be delighted that all the harm you've ever done to any sentient being with your body is completely purified, and think there's no way you could do anything but benefit others now with your body. And the next is a purification of speech, and Vajrasattva very happily sends powerful nectar from his heart chakra and arcs around and forcefully enters your crown, and it fills your entire body, except this time forcing up to the top of your body all the negativity of your speech, and this overflows and disappears into space, not one atom left. So you can just imagine all the gossip and the harsh speech and the useless speech and lying, talking badly about others behind their backs, getting other people to agree with you. All of this is purified by the powerful nectar filling you as you recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida me boa sutokaya me boa sipokaya me boa Anarakta me boa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya satra aham pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida me boa sutokaya me boa sipokaya me boa Anarakta me boa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya satra aham pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida me boa sutokaya me boa sipokaya me boa Anarakta me boa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya satra aham pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida me boa sutokaya me boa sipokaya me boa Anarakta me boa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya satra aham pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida me boa sutokaya me boa sipokaya me boa Anarakta me boa sawa siddhi mimpi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramame mutta vajrabala mahasamaya satra aham pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida me boa sutokaya me boa sipokaya me boa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mempi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata ahum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya vajrasattva dina patita. Dina meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa. Anarakta meboa sawasidi mempi yata sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata ahum pe. So now feel so happy that your speech is completely purified, and imagine it's not possible to do anything but benefit others now with your speech. And the next thing is the purification of the mind. So Vajrasattva now very happily, very compassionately sends powerful beams of light this time from his heart chakra, and it arcs around and enters your crown and fills your entire being. So it's just the same as when you walk into a pitch black room and you switch on a light. The light instantly dispels the darkness in the room. So just as the same here, when the light from Vajrasattva's heart hits your heart chakra, all the darkness of the negativity of your mind, so all your attachment and neediness and anger and any violence, depression, grasping, bitterness, grudges, jealousy, all of this instantly dispelled, not one atom left, as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa anarakta meboa sawasidi mempi yata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata ahum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mempi yata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mempi yata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya satra ahum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mempi yata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya satra ahum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mempi yata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata ahum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mempi yata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya satra ahum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasidi mempi yata sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya satra ahum pe. So again, be delighted that all your delusions, which are the source of all of our own suffering and the cause for why we harm others with our body and our speech, are totally purified. I think there's no space in your heart now for anything other than love and kindness and forgiveness and wisdom and bliss and compassion. So next is a purification of even the imprints of negativity of the body, speech, and mind. And this time imagine that Vajrasattva sends light and nectar. It fills you completely and eradicates even the subtlest imprints of negative energy from your mind. So you can think of that as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mibowa Sutokaya Mibowa Supokaya Mibowa Anarakta Mibowa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kamasita Me Sutam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Aham Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mibowa Sutokaya Mibowa Supokaya Mibowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebowa Sutokaya Mebowa Supokaya Mebowa Anarakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Aham Pe. So now just feel you're completely purified. Not one atom of negativity left in your mind stream. Even the subtlest obscurations to your enlightenment have been removed. And so now we come to the power of resolve. And the really important step in the process is this decision we make to not harm, to refrain from harming. So rejoice in your efforts. So the things that you're noticing, the habits, the harmful habits are a little bit less than maybe they were 2 years ago. Maybe there's something, an old friend is turning up again, an old delusion friend. So shake hands with that delusion. Hello, nice to see you. Thank you for showing up. And then think about doing something about it. Removing that particular habit from your mind stream so it's not harmful to yourself or others. So give yourself a timeline, like a 30 seconds or a minute or 5 minutes or a day or overnight while you're sleeping. And think of something that you're going to work on. Maybe you want to work on a couple of things, but just make a decision without this determination to not do again. It gives us strength. Gives us strength to change. So imagine Vajrasattva is delighted with you and wanting to merge with your mind, melts into light and absorbs into you, and through your crown you think, my guru's body, speech and mind, and Vajrasattva's body, speech and mind, and my own body, speech and mind are the same thing. And so next Rinpoche recommends to meditate on the emptiness of the 3 circles. In emptiness there is no I, the creator of negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma, and there is no negative karma created. So at whatever level you understand emptiness, just place your mind there for a little while, and you can think that perhaps all phenomena are empty, they do not exist from their own side. You can also think that perhaps the way things appear to me may not necessarily be the way they actually exist. So let's just dedicate all the merit, all the positive energy you've created doing this purification practice to all living beings. and think, may all the virtuous karma I've created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. So I think for His Holiness the Dalai Lama, the wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparably kind Tenzin Gyatso I beseech, may all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. And for Lamso Rinpoche, O tup shul chang shin jam gon Galloway, Tenzin kyang pel away, Kunza dog porze, Chog sum kur away leg mon to drub. Dog sog dulaje gondu jab ten shog. And for Lama Ursel, Venerable One, to whose kindness exceeds that of all the conquerors, for those wanderers in far-off places, especially the West, mindful of your loving concern for us and intentionally descending again into a family of a far distant land, we make this request, O Lama, please live long. And for Geshe Share, a beloved teacher leading your students toward wisdom and compassion, explaining through exacting discernment the steps of the graduated path. You are the unequal guide. Please live a long and stable life. Okay, everybody. Lots of love, sweet dreams, sleep well, stay safe until tomorrow. And I look forward to seeing you then. Thank you.